The most very effective thing that Seeds of Peace did to me is that I'm no longer scared. Like the image of Israelis that was in my head all the time, because I was brought up in a refugee camp, was the Israeli soldiers who would come to any house and shoot anybody randomly, or the Israeli settlers who attack you on the street. And that image was bad for me because I grew up scared. And I don't want anyone to be scared. I don't want my kids to grow scared.
I think the most important thing that Seeds of Peace have gave me is the opportunity to see the other side. And I think it's a very important thing for a leader, not only seeing like the best or the most closer thing to him, but to look the other way, and it's not always easy.
And it's important to know the perspective of the other side in order to have the acceptance of how to work with them and how to live with them in order to create this coexistence.
People think that when you live in Egypt, you're not affected by what happens in Palestine and Israel, but you do. You watch the news and you see how people are affected, and that touches you as a human. If not as an Arab, it touches me as a human.
I think I have responsibility as a seed to teach everyone around me to forget all the boundaries and start accepting the diversity between us Palestinians, Israelis, Egyptians, and all these people.
It also gave me the courage to challenge assumptions that were common in my culture, which is a necessary thing for any type of leader.
If you look at women's situation in the region, it's very cultural, it's very traditional, it has a lot to do with religion. You have to understand the cultural differences in order to be able to change the current situation.
It's okay if you fail to change the things that you don't like in your traditions or community. What's not okay is if you just stay home and do nothing.
I've learned a lot about the community mobilization, project management, how to really affect and tackle the problems in order to change systematically, and in order for this change to sustain.
You change people's perception of what a woman's role is in the family, in the community, in government, in politics.
Women should know that they are smart, strong, and could be amazing, amazing leaders in their society.
Every change has the multiplier effect, every change has the butterfly effect. It spreads, it has like circles of effect on society.
So Seeds of Peace touched me, and then I would touch the life of someone else, and it would go forward, so it would be a huge loop. At the end, everyone would get the same values that we got out of Seeds of Peace.
People's organizations, like Seeds of Peace, are the ones who are going to be effectively making that change. It's not going to be the army. It's not going to be military force of any kind or even force of any kind. It's going to be people with good intentions, strong beliefs, and a clear view of the other side.
If I would put you in a room with an Israeli, you wouldn't know how to talk about anything, and you wouldn't get anywhere. I would. Even if it's about what cookie are we going to bake, you would fight. I would know how to make a cookie, and we'd actually bake it, and it would taste awesome.
Despite the economic situation in the world right now, we need peace to move on. We need to change to move on.
The Seeds who joined Seeds of Peace when they were 13 years old, today they're 27 and 28, and they're people working in the government, in engineering, in medicine. Think about that database of communication. Think about the variety. And what I hope is that one day the president of Palestine and the president of Israel or the prime minister, both of them would be Seeds of Peace.